Welcome to another episode of the Back Catalogue podcast. My name is Apo, this is Vincent, and today we are figuring out if the Rush Hour series is the best action comedy series. And this is a part 2 for us, because we did this not but last week with Beverly Hills Cop, and we found out that currently it sits on top of the best action comedy series. And today we're going to find out if it still stays on top. I'm going to give you some facts about Rush Hour, and then we're going to get into this. So the first film was released in 1998. It has a 7 out of 10 on the IMDb and the 62% on the Rotten Tomatoes. Rush Hour 2 came out in 2001. So we're talking a shorter hiatus there. They took a bit of time. Maybe they perfected the formula, maybe they didn't. And they have a 6.7 out of 10 on the IMDb and 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. So that's a drop.
50%.
50%.
What was the first one?
The first one, let me get back to that for you, Vincent, was 62% on the Rotten Tomatoes.
What's the third one?
The third one, Rush Hour 3, coming out in 2007. Man, they go overseas again, but to a different place that's not relevant to either of them. 6.2 out of 10 on the IMDb, so pretty consistent amongst the IMDb, somewhere between 6 and 7. 17% on the Rotten Tomatoes.
No.
And we're here.
No.
And we're here. We're going to get into
You really don't like the third one. I'll rewatch the third one. I love it.
I don't really like it. This Rotten,
I'm saying, well, you don't like it either.
I don't control Rotten Tomatoes. I don't like...
I want to kill somebody. You don't like George?
Yeah, but because we're going to get into why I don't think George is...
Because George is fantastic.
No, because we're going to get into this. So what I really want to... What I really want to do is just start off from the humble beginnings, because very much like Beverly Hills Cop that we did last week, I think that Rush Hour 1...
Look, you're taking too long. The people need to know straight away, because we're getting views and they're only staying for... I mean, we're 2 minutes in, they're done. Right. This is a better action comedy series than Beverly Hills Cop.
It is.
It is. Overall.
Because
Beverly Hills Cop, you got the first one, and that's...
Classic.
I would say that is it's pretty close. It'd be up there with the first Rush Hour in terms of if we're talking all over the 7 movies.
If you're doing verses, take out XOF. Let's just do 1 to 3.
Okay, 1 to 3.
Okay, really, you look at Rush Hour. It does beat Beverly Hills Cop
because it has
across all 3 movies. I'll even say,
yeah, for sure.
Right.
For second and third one. Not even close.
In my opinion, Rush Hour 2 is like the Godfather 2 of action comedy movies.
See, the first one is killer though.
The first one is real good.
When they're both getting to know each other. The thing about this is you really have a perfect action comedy duo. You've got Chris Tucker, who's 100% comedy, and you got Jackie Chan, who's just like you have to watch him. You just love to watch him.
Do his thing.
Hit people with chairs.
I think that the best thing to talk about in the Rush Hour movies is to talk about them set pieces when Jackie Chan's jumping around doing things.
Because he's always looking like he's upset that he's hurting people.
Yeah.
And that's the best part.
And one of the best things is when he's got the steering wheel in Rush Hour 1 and he goes into the consulate and he's just...
Oh, man. Like that... I mean, you've got Chris Tucker, which... Chris Tucker is almost 100% the kind of type of comedy I like. He's just yelling at Jackie Chan, saying like, come on, Lee, what are you doing? When
do you understand the words that come out of my mouth?
He's the man that's making the mistakes.
Yeah. Look, what we're going to do, because this is a movie in which you can really, or a series of movies in which you can really say action, comedy.
Yeah.
But they were the first to put it together as well.
They were the first to put it together.
And they weren't the first,
because
Beverly
Hills
good.
Cop, you've got comedy, and the action is just there.
The action is not as heavy of a hitter as the comedy is.
It's just, okay, this is the plot, so we got to do some of that.
Yeah. I think obviously Rush Hour does it very well. I feel that the Rush Hour 1, when I say, the Godfather 2, Rush Hour 1 is still like Godfather level. You know what I mean?
Rush Hour 3 is still Godfather level.
No, I don't agree with that. We'll get into that later. Rush Hour 1 is so good because you just look at them, and they're young people in that movie.
Yeah.
Especially Chris Tucker looks young.
Chris Tucker's young.
But also just their dynamic together it was made to be.
Honestly, the part that makes the movies even better, because obviously, you've got the two people. That's the buddy cop relationship. they have the outtakes while you're doing the credits,
and
they make the movie even better.
That's something that it has definitely over Beverly Hills Cop is the outtakes, and especially I'm negative on the third one, so I'm going to talk about the first two. Right?
What don't you like about the third one? I want to know what you don't like.
Okay,
because they're all effectively the same movie.
They're not effectively.
You've got Jackie Chan, you've got Chris Tucker, you got the Asian gangsters,
yes.
and then you got the old rich white man who's going to die at the end of it.
You got to look at
he's part of it.
What's the say?
Always follow the rich white man, which is hilarious because it's like it's exactly the same movie for 3 movies. Except for one part, he is like, oh, "Hey, I'm actually your brother, your dad's partner. I'm actually your brother."
Yeah, the brother thing is. Look, here's the thing about.
You talking about they're going to the sewer? Hey, it's so great! It's so great to be back here. Yes. So welcome back, Monsieur.
No. I'm just thinking about Ricky Tan. But
Ricky Tan.
One thing that I don't like about the third one is that it seems like much like what happens in the second 2 Beverly Hills Cop movies. It seems like a caricature of what made the first 2 great. And I'm going to use your friend Rick, whatever his name was that man's name? George as an example.
Nah, dude, that was laughed.
One of the funniest scenes in movie history is in Rush Hour 2 when Lee thinks Chris Tucker's dead. And he's getting a suit and he gets into
that montage of he's literally watching like Africa on the National Geographic. Like he's there watching like lions.
Yeah, I know. It's I mean, like, there's some stuff in here that like
look, to be honest, Beverly Hills Cop as a series transported to 2024, it actually holds up better.
Oh, it does.
Which is kind of crazy.
Right, yeah.
Rush Hour, there's so much
complexities.
There is so much. There's absolute like misogyny out the wazoo, and they've got racial stereotypes out the wazoo.
Absolutely,
and it goes literally in every direction.
We're going to get into the misogyny in a little bit as well.
Yeah, because that scene in the second one, like I was like, it was difficult to watch that one. But then you get a fight scene. That's what I mean. Like in Beverly Hills Cop, you've got they're in the club and you're like, I'm like that. If you're a sexual deviant, if you're looking for jiggle physics on every like video game, then you're going like you're playing like Zelda and you're getting jiggle physics. Then you really got to look inwards.
You got to look.
But you like this, and then you get there, and then you look at like Phil, like give me a kiss, baby.
Uh-huh. With the third one,
you're really going to do that?
I'm going to do that
for audio.
That's for the sound. Jeez. That's for the people. With the third one, right? So you see that scene, Chris Tucker's got the suits, cheap suits. How cheap? Cheap as hell. You see that scene, you see him try to he likes his chicken dead and deep fried, right? You ever heard of Popeyes, right? And then he gets into that taxi. That scene by itself is far funnier than anything to do with George. That scene with him in the taxi trying to follow the car in front is one of the funniest scenes ever.
When he's in the taxi.
When he goes in the taxi and he's like, hey, follow the car in front. And then, the man just keeps saying something.
And then he says, now you're speaking my language. Do you think that's funnier?
That's funnier than anything that George does.
That's crazy to me.
That's funny.
Because that's not that funny. The funny part of that is, hey, don't eat my chicken. Stay here. I'm going to be right back. As soon as he gets out the door, dude, he's gone.
But that's the scene. That's the scene.
You're telling me that him giving the money, that's not that funny.
That's funny, dude. That's funnier than anything to do with George.
Nah,
and what I think they saw, they looked at that and they said, hey, what if we extended the character of the crazy cab man and we made him into George? And I don't think that George is that. I don't care about George's family. They're going to hang out with George's wife, eating food and stuff.
No, they're there because they need like a safe place.
Yeah, I get it from the context of the movie, but I don't care about it.
No, it's fantastic.
The best thing about Rush Hour is the relationship between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. Everything associated with like everything outside of that is not superfluous. It's just what's the word I'm looking for?
It's the filler episode.
It's the filler episode. It's like, you've got Su Yung in the first one and in the third one.
Dude, Su Yung in the first one had some absolute scenes.
So when she's with Chris Tucker at the end with the bomb on
or when she's singing at the start.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, when she's got Chris Tucker with the bomb.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, come on, shoot me. I'm going, that's trauma, but it's funny.
Push the button.
Jeez.
The other thing that I don't like about, and this is the caricature, this is what I'm saying. You know, Chris Tucker he's a man that, you know, Mushu, you're hungry. You know, he's a man that loves women, right? He loves women, and that shows throughout the movie. It shows when he's like, shamone, and he's on the stage singing Michael Jackson songs.
Is that the second one? Yeah, that's the second one when he goes to Hong Kong.
You know,
Shamone.
and if anyone, you know, I mean, he doesn't look anything like him, but if anyone could do it like a Michael Jackson, it would be him.
He does a pretty good job.
He does a pretty good job. He hits him with all the things, right?
His voice is auto-tuned to hell, though.
Oh my goodness, when he's singing that thing, and he goes,
I mean, you know, you're here.
But he'll be right back. He'll be right back. He'll be right back. In the third one, the movie starts off with old mate working as the
traffic director.
Yeah. Not only is he obviously doing Michael Jackson stuff while he's doing traffic direction.
I agree. I didn't like that.
But then he's like got the ladies like hooked up on the thing. This is what they're doing. They're like, all right, Chris Tucker, he loves women. He loves Michael Jackson. We'll put that in the first scene.
All right. What do we got? Write Chris Tucker on the book. All right, what is Chris Tucker like? All right, Chris Tucker like. He loves women. He loves Michael Jackson. And he's a police officer.
Scene one, tick. All right.
Next.
You know, you've got the French lady with the thing on the back of her head. What's her name again?
Geneviève.
But what's the thing called?
Xiao Shen.
The Xiao Shen.
Xiao Shen, I think.
Right?
Because Jun Tao is in the second one.
Jun Tao's the first guy. Rick Tan's the second one. Jun Tao is the guy he's Consul Han's mate, but he's not actually.
That's right. Jun Tao is the white old rich white guy.
Yeah. But you don't follow the old rich white man in number one.
You do still.
Well, you do technically follow him to the thing that has camel's hump.
He's the end. He's like the.
He's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
He's the guy that you need to follow to get to.
That's right. That's right.
You've got,
which is hilarious because they're all the rich white dudes. They're all effectively the same person.
They are. They are.
It's genuinely the same movie 3 times.
But I think the second one is fantastic.
The first and second one are definitely better. But I mean, I was watching the third one and I was laughing.
You know what I like about the first one as well? I'm going to get into the fact that like the French lady and like all the jokes with Chris Tucker about this French lady and her being a man because she's bold.
Yeah,
like, you know, but that's what it is.
I will agree that there was a lot of there were more jokes. But I mean, you got you know, who are you?
Yeah, but that's hilarious.
That's dumb. That's hilarious. No. Are you serious?
You're telling me who are you is funnier than like what's that cigar weed? You know, like that's. I mean, there's some controversial stuff that's said in that point. We won't talk about what Jackie Chan says.
But I would agree. I would think that the who are you? No, he's me and I'm you or something like that. That's funnier to me. I was laughing. Listen to me.
It's not funny,
I don't want any rebuttal. I was there. I was laughing.
Well, if you were laughing, I appreciate that. You know, you can laugh at that. In saying that, you know, still I believe wholeheartedly in my heart of hearts that this series trumps Beverly Hills Cop. I will say that. But I don't.
But that's because this series
interest.
doesn't have 15 minutes on a Ferris wheel.
I like the Ferris wheel scene.
It's the worst thing.
Like, hey, stop it! I'm gonna grind these gears.
Yeah,
and then
that's
everything's
funny.
Gonna fall down.
That's funny,
dude. And you know, the Okie Dokie Shuffle. Like we've got points for that for the Okie Dokie Shuffle.
No, like I said, there's points in there. There's the DDO JOC. You know.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I love the first one because it feels somewhat grittier. It seems dark, like it just seems like a darker movie. Not dark in its tone, but just darker.
That's the first one where he's straight out the piece. He's got C4
in the trunk.
He got C4 in the trunk.
Jackie Chan's doing the stuff on the docks.
Yeah.
You know, it's good fun. It's good fun from the start.
It is good fun.
Su Young gets.
You got Chris Tucker's mate, the lady. Who's like saying like, "Hey, yeah, you idiot," and then hangs up the phone.
The bomb specialist. Yes, yeah. all these dynamics in number one. I feel like that's from a dynamics perspective. Number two is the best though.
That's really the thing that makes Rush Hour such a good series is Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
Yes.
That's genuinely the first and last reason why they're such great movies.
Yeah, and you know you see the scene when they're in the Rush Hour 1 where they're trading the gun and they become mates. From then onwards, and up until the end of Rush Hour 2, they are the best dynamic duo. They're the best buddy cop that you will get on screen.
Yeah.
I'll say that now until I see another movie where there's a better one.
Yeah.
You know? But those two together, and as they progress in Rush Hour 2, Obviously, they've got the the scene at the club, at the karaoke bar where. But I feel like they're when they're actually mates and they just work off of each other so well. They work off of each other when they're not mates, but I like it. I enjoy it more when they are friends.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the third one's still got, they got the shootout in the hospital.
They do.
And, Chris Tucker is genuinely getting pieced up and he's doing all the mistakes. And Jackie Chan is like fighting 3 guys at the same time, dodging bullets. And he's like, throw me a gun. And it just like drops off. And then, he's upset.
That's the one thing that Jackie Chan is able to do. He's able to progress all 3 movies with the action that he brings.
Yeah.
The sword fight, I don't really like
the sword
that
fight,
one.
no, because it's not
that good.
It's not that interesting, really.
No. And also the other guy don't know what he's doing, really.
No.
Like Jackie Chan's doing all the work there.
Yeah, that's...
You got the scene in the massage parlor with all of Ricky Tang's mates. That everyone knows what they're doing.
The best is when Chris Tucker's there and everyone's standing up behind him.
And he breaks his laptop.
Yeah. See, I will agree. The end scene of Rush Hour 3 is, I'd leave it. Yeah. I'd leave it because it's not that enjoyable. Although when Jackie Chan's hiding the flag, that's cool.
Dude,
that's cool.
Because you wouldn't have expected that.
No.
Yeah, dude. And these movies make me, and I'll do it every day if I have to, but make me want to go back and watch Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah, see, I don't think I've watched many Jackie Chan movies.
I got to hit you up. I got to hit you up with some Jackie Chan movies that fit the same premise of comedy and action.
Yeah,
all the police stories are good. The first police story is like genuinely funny and also good. Later police stories, like it's just like Jackie Chan. Hey, I'm sad, but I'm also doing Jackie Chan things. But they're good movies.
Yeah.
The Wheels on Meals. Wheels on Meals. That's not Meals on Wheels. It's what? Wheels on Meals.
Is that a movie?
That's a Jackie Chan movie. It's good.
Okay.
Right. Jackie Chan's First Strike. I think it's also like Police Story, like 8 or something, or Super Cop or something. Fantastic film in Sydney, Australia. Sydney, Australia, I think, or maybe Queensland. Anyway, there's plenty of good Jackie Chan films out there that we could watch. But what can I say? I mean, I've said that it is the best of the bunch right now out of the 2. Sits on top.
It is the best. It's definitely better. It's definitely better. But you I got to talk about it.
Talk about 3 a bit.
I've got to talk about how Chris Tucker's Corvette is just like one of the cars that I would love to have. Just a C3 Corvette. Like that is such a cool car. That's all I have to say about it. But that's such a cool car. And there's no other movie cars for me. I mean, Rush Hour, there's a lot of nostalgia there. But I also did rewatch these movies not yesterday, the day before. I watched all 3 of them. Same day.
Yeah, that's right.
Bop. I watched them all 3. All 3 of them.
That's 3 for 3 for those.
That's 3 for 3. That's right. For you
not only is the car good, but also how Jackie Chan gets into the car.
Yeah, he jumps
is
over.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
and the way Chris Tucker looks at him.
The chase scenes are so good in these movies as well. Because you're not just chasing; they're jumping over things. Jackie Chan is going up and down, and the
one with the bamboo,
stuff. The one with the bamboo, yeah. They're all going up the bamboo, and you're going like, "What the hell?" And then Chris Tucker goes there, and then he sees the dude just absolutely nah, and he's up the chair, up the stairs,
dude. That's so. Because the funniest thing about that man that falls down, right? That he's climbing up and then falls down, is that he falls down, and when you look at him, like he's got like shellfish like moving on his body. He's fallen into some fish thing, and there's genuine like shellfish moving.
I didn't notice that.
Dude, you got to watch it. There's like crab legs like moving up and down. Look.
I'll talk more about 3. Look, honestly, it's just I just enjoyed 3. I just enjoyed the movie overall. Because where do they go? They go to the. Who are you? I'm you. That made me laugh. For you. That made me laugh. I like George. I like George.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I can't really remember. It was a long time ago that I watched it.
Yeah, 2 days
My
ago.
memories. I was gonna write down like, hey, these are just at least the.
What about Chris Tucker saying the stuff to old Su Young? Like talking about like, hey, look at her now. You like that?
Su Young, too long. Su Young. That's it. That's all he says.
That's all he says. But you know what he's thinking. And that's the issue with number 3. The other, I guess, funny scene is when the older Asian lady fights Jackie Chan in his room. And Chris Tucker. That is funny.
He's thinking there's things happening.
He's thinking there's hanky-pankies going on, but there's just hand-to-hand combat instead. And there's knives and things.
Yeah, there's
thrown.
knives. That's crazy.
So look, you know,
It's three. No, hold on. The second one is the one where they're in the Red Dragon Casino. He's making a scene,
dude.
That's a scene.
You put them in the sewers in the second one, right? And then you take them up to whatever.
The sewers in the second one.
When they're running through and they're like,
that's right. The sewers. The second one. The third one is when they're with Ricky Tan and they're in the sewers again, but they have to go into the actual sewers.
Ricky Tan dead.
The other guy. Jackie Chan brother.
Jackie Chan's brother, yeah.
Yeah.
The sewers and then going up to whatever his name is, Jeremy Piven in the suit store. What does he say?
Let's put a dead animal on you.
And then when they go into that casino, oh man, Chris Tucker playing the game, making mates with all the people, then fighting everybody.
Yeah, pulling up Nelson Mandela quotes for him trying to get $1,000 chips instead of $500 chips.
The bomb in the mouth.
The bomb in the mouth.
Or even just she's the bomb. I thought you said she's the bomb.
The fact that 90% of the dynamic between Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan is that Jackie Chan is doing things. He knows what's doing. He knows what he's doing. He knows what's going on. Chris Tucker don't know what's going on. And he's telling Lee, hey, why don't you tell me this? You're like, I did.
Yeah, dude.
It's just lost in translation.
It's lost in translation. It's East versus West. It is
East versus West.
One of the best.
It is. There were. I mean,
the final scene in Rush Hour 2, like the action, the suspense of Jackie Chan having a bomb in his mouth and that lady just going crazy.
Yeah, as in she got stabbed with an axe and then she's back with
she's back at the air.
And they're jumping on things.
Chris Tucker fighting that lady is funny too.
Yeah.
And he's get saved by the Benjamins. Look, man, yeah. I can't. There is a lot of where it falls down is there's a lot of.
I was about to say there's a point in, and I think it's in the second one where he's going up the stairs, and then some lady from Hong Kong is going out the way, Kobe.
Yeah. Look, there's a lot of
and
stuff in there.
But was that ever funny?
Out of the way, Kobe specifically.
Yeah,
I mean that wasn't very funny
because there were a few of those things that were very racial stereotype. I don't know, lines, I guess. But there were none that I thought, they fit in the actual scene at least.
That's right.
But I don't know if that's just because, I'd like to think that I'm not a racist and it's 2024.
I'm pretty sure these were all done by Brett the Rat Ratner. So
yeah, they were.
And Brett Ratner, he's the type of guy that would be doing these sorts of things. I got to see what's wrong with Brett Ratner these days because he did something.
Been cancelled.
Where's Brett Ratner?
I mean, you got a name like Brett the Rat Ratner.
Why was Brett Ratner cancelled? I mean, look, after Brett Ratner's sexual harassment allegations.
Oh, okay. Well,
this is the thing. You get a guy like Brett Ratner, he'll make a movie like that, and you'll be like, I saw the signs.
You look at that, and you look at Rush Hour 2, and they go to the massage parlor.
This dude looks like some sort of animal. He looks like
someone that would have been in the sewers with them. In Rush Hour 2 and 3.
He looks like some sort of guy. You're in the forest, you see him, you're like, nah. I'll be real with you. I did see Bigfoot. I saw him.
But you got the massage parlor scene when they're going into it in Rush Hour 2.
When they've got all the ladies sitting there.
You're seeing the signs. I saw the sign, and they open up my eyes. I saw the sign.
That's right. Yeah. You've got Rush Hour 3. It opens up with two ladies pushed up against a police car.
Yeah, and then the one signs. Where he's Bobo. The
see what I'm saying?
I just turned on to another tab when I did that. It's like, I can't do this. This is just not right.
Because you purchased this on a space where you can do tabs.
I purchased this, from Amazon.
Renting.
I actually purchased it directly from Brett the Rat Ratner because to help fight his illegal case. He's selling off all the things, 99 cents.
He's like, brother, any money?
I was like, you're going to jail whether you're raising $1 million or $15.
Oh, so you look like Brett the Rat Ratner. You've done something.
I mean, he's done something.
Look, where would you? How do you rate him? Is it 2, 1, 3?
It's 1, 2, 3 for me. It's
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Because one
is fantastic.
I love an origin story.
Yes.
You know?
And really like, yeah. But Camel's Hump and that whole scene.
But the other thing is, he's listening to Jackie Chan listening to the Beach Boys. And then Chris Tucker going, nah, we gotta, put on some real music.
Yeah.
And then the last movie, Chris Tucker listened to the Beach Boys. And also when he thinks Chris Tucker's dead, he's listening to
what's he listening to? P. Diddy.
He's listening to
some P. Diddy song.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is, but it was one of the.
And we don't listen to P. Diddy on this podcast. No, we don't listen to P.
Diddy.
But
that is it in the second one.
I will say
that he thinks he's dead.
The second one, yeah. And he's like,
yeah, that is such a funny. But then also in the third one, they separate as well because they're upset at each other for something.
Yeah, well, they're always upset at each other.
And they do the same thing. I don't know if that one's the one where Lee's watching National Geographic.
No, that's the first. I think that's the second one.
Is that in the second one?
When they're doing
when they're upset?
Yeah. No, when he thinks he thinks Chris Tucker's dead.
Because they're upset at each other and
they go their separate ways.
The bomb blows up. That's right. And he's getting fried chicken and sweet potato pie, and Chris Tucker's going to get some mushu.
In the first one of the scenes that I will say this is probably the scene that maybe cements it above the second one.
Talk to me.
Is when he goes into the restaurant where Juntao's up the top.
In the first one.
In the first one.
When they go to the restaurant where he's saying, I got a meeting.
Flip it open, flip it close. Flip it open, flip it close. Right? That scene.
But the fact that he goes there I'm his accountant. He's all messed up, his money. His checkings and the savings.
But that scene with Jackie Chan at the front, he's pointed that way. He's pointed, I'm from out of town, right? But Chris Tucker, one of my favorite just all-time just moments in a movie is when Chris Tucker's sitting at the table, he's thinking about what to order, and the man's walking past or something, he's like, hey, and he brings it over, he smells it, he goes, he just shoos the guy off.
That's got the same energy as, what year is this? It's a 73. Yeah, it's a 73. Yeah, I know.
Oh man, it's got the same energy as Super Super X10. But then Chris Tucker going upstairs, getting kicked in the face.
The fact that he's gone in there to say like, hey, I've got a meeting with Juntao, knowing that he's going to be there. And
knowing that he has no plan other than that.
Man. That's got the same energy as like,
everything Eddie Murphy does.
And then he's, got 6 dudes and everyone's got the appendage, but like one dude just there walking, buttoning his shirt. You think he's going to open the door and he gets thrown out the window.
Oh man. Look, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it right now. I can't even. I try to hide when I'm gonna do it. But then I look at your face.
Talk soon.